What's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of the Third Night Podcast. I'm your host, Joven, and joining me are the squad, Nisha and Casey.
Hello.
I like how we're the squad now.
So, guys, before we get into our topic of the day, how's your weekend?
Happy Saturday. I don't have anything to talk about. It's so boring.
Really?
Slightly busy. Been traveling around.
Yeah? Everything going okay?
Just visiting friends, but that's about it.
The benefits of living not in Malaysia.
You don't really sound enthusiastic about it, man.
I think I'm just so exhausted by all these travelings and stuff.
I think his social battery ran out.
You've been busy for like the entire week, am I right?
Plus, you're not really much of a people person, are you?
Nope, not really.
This week, we're gonna have a much more chill session compared to...
I think you're very excited to this.
Compared to last week's freaking... I don't know. What was even last week? I think that was like pretty... I don't know. Good? Would you guys call it good? A good depression session?
For me, it was very cathartic, so like I felt good about it.
Same, yeah. I listened back to the entire podcast and I was like, that's pretty good.
But okay, it's hilarious
not
how we
really
made
chill, but it's interesting.
It's interesting, but it's also hilarious how we made the thumbnail so dramatic. The thumbnail and the title for the video is so
being like so serious. I thought like someone like
one of my cats died and I was like, oh god.
Oh my.
That's how you rake in the views, my friend.
Oh my god.
That's how you get them.
But yeah, guys, this week obviously we're not gonna delve that deep into like those very hard topics, so we're just gonna have fun this week, so the general idea for today's episode is we're just gonna review each other's personalities and determine how accurate it is from the results. Before recording this episode, I'm pretty sure all of us, we just took the personality test. It's called 16 personalities. I think this test is kind of trending at the moment.
Is it trending? I thought this thing has been here for like years ago.
It's been here for years, but it's been taking like a sudden like rise, right? Like it's been trending recently because like
I want to say it's like a variation of the Myers-Briggs personality test, which is actually very trendy. The Myers-Briggs test is like the most scientifically accurate, I guess, I'm assuming. But this is a variation of that test because we didn't want to pay money to take the actual test. According to the
website, this test is more accurate and at being able to define and describe distinct personality types.
They're saying they're the most accurate.
Yeah, I mean...
I love how they're gassing themselves up, like, they're hyping each other.
I mean, I guess so. But yeah, apparently this model proposes that there are 4 categories of personalities. I guess the first role would be like analysts. These analysts essentially are like people who embrace rationality and impartiality. The next group type would be diplomats, who focuses on empathy and cooperation. They excel in diplomacy and counseling. The next group would be sentinels. According to the test, these people are highly cooperative and practical, and these people tend to be extremely hardworking, meticulous, and traditional. So the last category, I guess, you can say, would be explorers, which are spontaneous and able to share the ability to connect with their surroundings, and they are masters of being able to convince people of doing anything. So, based on all these groups, which ones do you think you guys fall into?
I mean, I did the test.
We all did tests.
Yeah, Casey, why don't you start first then,
No, I think what would be fun is that we should talk about like our personalities from our perspective. How about that? And then we'll compare it to our test.
Yeah.
Like what we really
I
think.
agree.
Casey, let's do Joven first. So what do you think of Joven?
What do I think of Joe?
Let's just put him on blast real quick.
Oh my god.
Personally, I'm not sure.
I feel like I'm getting exposed right here, guys. Oh my god.
I feel like the biggest thing is extrovert. Like you're pure extrovert.
You think I'm a pure extrovert? Wow. That is kind of sus right there.
Like
That's kind of sus.
Very pragmatic.
Agree.
You are the most pragmatic person I've met.
Okay, first of all, what does pragmatic mean?
Someone
I was about to ask that as well.
Someone who's very practical, like no BS, no sugarcoating, get to the point. Very direct.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
right?
I guess I'm that.
I can agree about that.
Not the best to ask about for love advice or relationship advice, because he doesn't care about your emotions, he will get straight to the point.
Sometimes a bit dramatic, I would say.
But also very, very motivating, like encouraging,
I don't know, I remember back when we were in high school, he's always like the hype man.
Yes!
the guy who
He's
was
the hype man.
Like the guy who is like gets the group
like,
pumped.
what's up guys, come on.
Every morning everyone's tired, but you're like, let's get this bread, let's go to class.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
What's the plan, guys?
What's the plan, guys? That's literally your catchphrase for high school.
Oh shit, I remember that, dude. I remember that. That's like the thing I always ask you guys. So guys, what's the plan?
Oh god.
Oh my god.
It's amazing how like one catchphrase can take me back all the way to high school. Because you don't say that anymore. What happened, man?
I do say that all the time. It's like
Barely.
so,
No, you don't say it anymore.
Sad. You fell off, man. Gotta get back on it. So okay, Casey, I'm gonna place him in. Where did the?
There's
where
like
did the
there are
excellence
analysts, diplomats, sentinels,
Ah.
and explorers. What do you think I am?
go? All right, Casey, do you feel good about putting him in the diplomats? I'd say so.
Yeah, I say so too.
Yeah, I'd say diplomats.
Mhm.
I don't know which one, but diplomats.
Well, funny thing you should say. I think you guys got it right. I am under the category of a diplomat.
Hey.
Oh.
So my personality, according to the test I took, was ENFJ-A. Apparently, it's called an assertive protagonist personality. So I'll just go through like the strengths and weaknesses of this personality trait, and maybe you guys can be the one who
It's very
judges.
invasive. I trust this more than astrological signs. Just saying.
Astrological. Why would you? Okay, never mind. We're not gonna go there.
Yeah,
Actually,
we're not gonna get
Oh.
freaking killed by a mob here, Nisha. Okay, you're gonna get us lynched.
Okay.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm just going to go through my strengths and weaknesses on this personality trait, and maybe you guys can like kind of
Yeah, just
see how
point
true
out.
or not true it is that
Yeah,
that this
go ahead.
describes me. So I'm just going through some strengths first. So the first strength is they say I am receptive. Protagonists have strong opinions.
Yes.
But they're far from close-minded. They recognize the importance of allowing others to express
Casey,
themselves.
the strong
fully.
opinions part. Come on.
Yeah, the strong
Yes.
opinion.
Holy moly.
So you guys think this describes me?
Kinda. I think I have conversations with you before. It seems like you have strong opinions, but not exactly close-minded. So you won't shut the other person down. But I think what you would do is slide away from the conversation. You would try to end the conversation as quickly as possible.
Are we going back to the Great Rice debate again, dude?
Oh my
No,
god.
no. I'm just. I don't know.
I
I'm
thought
just
we
giving
moved on.
some examples.
I'm passionate. Am I
Holy.
passionate? Wait, passionate how? How am I passionate? Though?
Especially for the podcast, you're like so eager to do it every time. It's like, come on, guys.
I would say
podcast
whenever
time.
there's like, yeah, like whatever you do, you tend to do
I tend
it.
to go. I guess I
That's
kind
not
of
good.
tend to do stuff like when I'm really interested in something. I tend to go like all out on it.
You go for, like 100% effort, you know? You don't
Like,
like,
I press the gas on that shit, man. When I like am really interested in something.
Or I can say video games as well. You are. Oh man. You
That's
100% those things like.
Are we going there, man? Just freaking pure like rage-induced chats, right?
Chaz
Oh
on the
my
group
God.
chat.
Oh my
just
god.
start screaming in game because of how triggered I
But when you play those like single player games, like I don't know, you said you play Hades.
Oh yeah, dude. I get
Is that-
that
you
game
you
or,
you,
like, whatever
you
that
would
thing is.
play them like 3 times over just to 100% every single achievement or something.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm very if I'm really into something like yeah, I'm definitely like 100%ing that game or like whatever that thing is. Man. Yo, so the next one is kind of confusing to me because to be honest, I don't even know what this means. It says that I'm altruistic.
So okay, I'm looking at your page. It says these personalities are known for harboring a deep desire to be a force for positive change. So you essentially want everyone to be happy, no matter what it takes.
Oh my
what I'm
god, I
Shit, I feel like this is
like have you seen the new Suicide Squad? You're literally like Peacemaker, played by John Cena. You're literally like Peacemaker.
oh my god.
He'll do anything to keep the peace, you know, like whatever it takes.
Whatever it
What you
takes.
are.
really is it
Yeah.
that is it I feel like this like altruistic kind of means like he's happy if everyone around him is happy.
Okay, yes, that's a very less dramatic.
Because
way of
that's
putting it.
I mean that's what it says, right? Believe
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the second line I'm reading as well, it's like believe that if they bring people together they can do a world of good. That means they want to do that, you know?
Yeah, they care about their community, you know. I would say so. I think you're like the
Yeah,
engager in
agree.
the group chat. That's a community.
That's community.
Yeah, I know. I like just making. I know this is like kind of hits hard and it's kind of personal to me as well. But I'll say that when I make someone happy, it gives me happiness as well. And in a way, I find like it's kind of like a purpose of mine, just to make someone's day.
I'm finding it so hard to not say aw, so I'm just gonna say aw, Joey.
But yeah,
that's nice. Okay, judging by how good this is going, okay, you know how the main criticism of personality tests is that it's so generic that literally anyone can relate to whatever you say? Is that what's happening right now? Do you think that's what's happening right now?
Is that like cold reading, as in like those fortune telling?
Like,
they say something that you can relate to.
Well, I mean, like we haven't even gone to like the weaknesses part yet, right?
I think the weaknesses would be more.
I think it will be more interesting, right? Yeah.
Than the strengths, yeah.
So I'm going on to my last strength now, which is charismatic. Am I very charismatic, guys? Why are you laughing, Nisha? Why are you laughing?
Wow, that's some stuff, Nisha.
Are you not gonna acknowledge my unwielding charisma, guys?
I feel nothing.
I see.
I feel
really?
nothing. I'm just kidding.
I know. You just be honest, guys.
How do you define charisma?
That's the thing, right? I mean, I guess it's like.
I think your person is very charismatic. You're a very unique person, I would say. When you are hyped for something, you will bring out, I don't know, that kind of personality that you just feel like some sort of leader. I would say that. Especially, I think this is something I see, especially back in high school.
I mean, the Nervous test is being called accurate for a reason, guys.
Right.
Yeah, I see. But as a Nisha, you have your worries, right? It's like maybe the things they say is a bit generic that everyone can relate to it.
Yeah, it's like if I say I'm a fortune teller and I tell you that you want a good life, like that will apply to literally 99% of the population.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Well,
right.
we'll see that during like the weaknesses, which I'm going to now. So the first one is unrealistic.
This is false. Sorry.
Oh, this is false.
Is false. Because you are the most realistic person I know. Because I think the way you operate is that you like having the facts, and from there you make your decision, So you're not necessarily thinking too far off.
Casey, your thoughts?
There are a few examples, a bit personal to you, I guess. But I think one example that I think it relates to all of us would be the podcast one.
The podcast one?
At the beginning, it's like you wanna just promote this part. It's like first episode in, we already getting like 50,000 subs or more. That kind of unrealistic.
Wait, did I say
goal.
that? Wait, did I actually say
no,
that?
but you give off
said it as a
that
joke
kind
or
of
something, but
vibes.
yeah.
So it's like, wow, that is something. But I mean, it's fun to have like big goals in mind. But I guess that's kind of a place in the unrealistic.
Wow, so it's like, okay, I'm kind of surprised. This is like so far going not as bad as I thought it would be.
What, you thought we were just gonna like?
I thought you guys are just gonna like destroy me in this section.
We're not that mean.
Just like rip apart my entire person as a whole.
Nah. We'll save that for another day.
Save it for
I see.
guys.
Well played.
The roast of Joven.
Am I intense?
Yes, next.
Yes.
Oh shit! No, go deep.
No arguments.
You don't even
Just
need to.
next.
Yeah.
No.
Next.
Why no arguments? Explain, dude. Why am I intense?
Look, you're doing it.
Nice
right
example.
Now. You're pushing it intensely.
Oh shit.
I'm just saying. I feel like when you want something, you tend to, like you said, you tend to put full energy into it, and it can come off as intense rather than passionate.
Yeah.
There is a fine line.
So does this like considered to be like a weakness though? Is this a weakness?
Yeah. That's a
Yes,
fine
because it can
line
put
that
people
you
off.
should. Yeah. There's a fine line between trying to be, as a passionate. There's a fine between passionate and between intensity.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you're passionate, you can motivate people. But if you go to intense level, people will be like, I don't really want to associate myself with you anymore, because they're afraid to.
Would you say Hitler was a passionate man or an intense man?
This is a good question right here. Am I more intense or more passionate, or just equal?
No
Both.
comment, because okay.
Okay, so
I
I
would
guess
say
I'm just
both.
equal now. All right, I'm moving on to my last one here. It's called being overly empathetic. Is this a weakness? I kind of feel like it's half
I
and
think
half.
it's a weakness because
Yes.
you can let
You will
people
harm
walk over
yourself.
you
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys want to go deep in that? And,
It's like, it's good that you care for people, but sometimes when you care too much about other people, your judgment will be affected. You won't dare to make the hard choices, and sometimes when you try to care about them too much, you exhaust yourself. I think in the paragraph it says can leave you physically, emotionally exhausted, and I can see that it clearly happened to you. So it's just like, it's clearly a bad thing, because it doesn't just affect you, it affects people around you as well. People around you be like, oh, because you're emotional exhausted and it seems like you're beating yourself up, and people around you will feel bad for you as well. It's kind of like an effect that spreads to more and more people. Kind of like a plague. But it can be good, because if you're empathetic to things, you care for a lot of people, it's good. But sometimes too much, basically too much of anything.
Just say that, I learned my lesson and I've been trying.
Focus on yourself.
Trying. Yeah.
It's not bad to be empathetic.
Be empathetic to yourself first.
Empathetic to yourself, exactly. This is the fun part of this test, is that I'm looking at people, like famous people who have the same personality trait, and you literally are the same as Barack Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Ben Affleck, literal Batman, Malala of all people, James Bond, Sean Connery, Jennifer Lawrence, and Maya Angelou.
Wow. Who? Michael
And
Angelo?
Daenerys Targaryen. Maya Angelou, the poet and
Micah
actress.
Angelo. Okay.
And if we're talking about fictional characters, you're the same as Daenerys Targaryen.
Nice. I just
Daenerys.
slaughtered an entire
Mother of dragons.
city.
Literal,
Nice, congrats.
literal mother of dragons.
Who killed like an entire city apparently.
For
Nice.
their own good. Dang it.
Oh my god.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever. It takes. Oh my god. But yeah, moving on. Who wants to go next? I'm feeling Nisha this time. I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah?
I feel like,
Me?
honestly speaking, Nisha, I feel like you tend to describe yourself as, according from the previous podcast episode, you were saying that you were more leaning towards an introvert side, right?
Yep.
Describe that. I kind of feel that that's kind of bullshit,
Oh.
Nisha. I feel like you're more extroverted than anything. And at
Really?
least, if I'm going to be even more honest, I would say you're half and half, kind of like me in a
Ooh.
way, right? So I kind of see you leaning more towards a explorer role for some reason.
Explore,
It's
really.
like, yeah, you're like, I feel like because it says here like you're able to spontaneously able to share the ability to connect with your surroundings more. So as in like the people or just like your environment, Don't you feel that? Because I kind of get that from you sometimes.
I don't know. I think like that doesn't come naturally to me. I think if I want to connect with my surroundings, I would have to like push myself to put myself out there. So it just doesn't come naturally. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something that I taught myself.
See, that's a thing.
It's hard to pinpoint, right? Nisha is
hard to pinpoint, because outside
I'm
from
a
what
chameleon.
the Nisha I know is like the very outgoing type. It's like, yo,
Exactly.
Californian girl type.
Oh,
Exactly.
Yeah, the very active type. But then later on she would tell you that she feels very insecure about some stuff, and you'd be like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I didn't know Nisha's like that. So I'm not sure. Can't really pinpoint.
So what is
my actual personality?
Yeah, what's your actual personality?
Okay. So I've taken this test numerous of times
Right.
because the test itself couldn't pinpoint what I was.
Oh my
'Cause
gosh.
I've taken this test multiple times, and first couple of times I got campaigner, which is the ENFP
Right.
personality type, right? So someone who's enthusiastic, creative, sociable, free spirits, who can always find a reason to smile, right?
Oh wow. Yeah. That means you're a diplomat. If going based on
Yeah,
that
so I would
one.
be a diplomat, right? Same as Joven, but I don't know, something in me was like, this isn't necessarily who I relate to, right? So I kept taking
I
the
sense a
test, and
disturbance in
then
the force with this one.
I took the test, and then logician came up. Specific type would be the INTP. I'm not sure if it was A or dash A or dash
Oh
T. I
shit!
forgot,
So
but-
you're an analyst?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So they categorized me as an analyst, and honestly, I kind of relate to this more than the campaigner one. Yeah, even though you guys don't necessarily see it. I think
We really don't, dude.
I
Well,
think
pick
younger
one
me-
personality type.
No, I think if you met younger Nisha, you would agree because I was less, how you say, outgoing than I am now. But you know what they say, right? Like your child self is your true self. Blah blah blah. That's what I think.
Sometimes.
But what self is the true self, though? If that's the case, seems like you have
Would you
two
not think
personalities here. So
Okay.
one is the outgoing one is the inside one. So
I can see everyone in the comments saying like Nisha's fake, Nisha's two-faced.
no, I was thinking of more split, you know.
Split personalities. But if you want to really get into it, okay, so let me just tell you what a logician is. So, a logician, or an INTP, is someone with the introverted, intuitive thinking and prospecting personality traits. They're flexible thinkers who enjoy taking an unconventional approach to many aspects of life. They often seek out unlikely paths, mixing willingness to experiment with personal creativity. Going through my strengths, so, okay, the first strength would be me being analytical. Would you guys agree on that? I don't know if you know this about me, but I also tend to like psychoanalyze people. And
Psychoanalyze people? I did not know that.
yeah,
Oh,
based on traits that they do.
yes,
Do I?
I know. Ah,
It's just
yes,
the
I
thing
have an
that I-
example now.
Wait, what?
Oh, do you?
The one where you said you said you left the friend group because you think they hate you.
Oh, okay, that's more of like an overthinking kind of thing.
So similar,
So we're
similar.
like 50-50 on this, or?
Wait, so you're like... Honestly, like, I haven't seen too much of this side of you yet, so I'm kind of 50-50 on it,
But that's
honestly.
only because I think that you guys only tend to see like a certain side.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably. So this wouldn't be like the fairest of judgments, but okay. Alright, and next strength is curious. Am I curious?
Oh, this, I honestly, I do not know. Casey, you want to take this one?
Same. No idea.
Okay,
Wow.
how would you describe yourself to be curious?
I feel like this plays into my like indecisiveness because I wouldn't necessarily know what to settle on
Oh
because
my.
our society is very specialized, right? And I feel like people who know what they want to do, like that one exact thing, they can flourish, right? But for those who are more like curious about like literally a ton of different things, it might be hard for us to like settle down because it kind of feels like a end all be all, you know? So I guess that I don't know. I guess that's where my like indecisiveness comes in.
You know, reading through your strengths or the weaknesses, it kind of feels I feel like I can relate to a lot of these as well.
Yeah.
Oh
Weird.
my god, is Casey a secret
Yeah,
analyst as
okay.
well?
Especially the curious
Yeah.
part. Yeah, it's like 1 week I will be interested in something, and then the other week you'll be like, maybe just try something else. So I
mean, you have
can
said
never
you-
be satisfied, you know.
Yeah, like you've joined archery, you've joined like rock climbing, you're doing a lot of these things just for the heck of it, right? Like,
Yeah, I just want to try something different. Sometimes we go for
hey, maybe you're
swimming,
like
sometimes we go for archery, sometimes we go for rock climbing. What else do we do next?
I think you're a secret INTP.
You're a secret analyst, dude.
One of us. One of
One
us.
of us.
So, are we going on to like weaknesses now?
Hey, I'm not excited for this.
Let's get into this right now, dude. Yeah. What's the
So, am I disconnected? Guys, logicians can get lost in their own train of thought even when they're with other people.
Oh yes, I guess isn't the same thing as like when you're talking to someone and then you suddenly lost your train of thought and they be like,
Yes.
oh man, what are they talking about now? Oh yes. I'm
Probably,
yes,
or
I'm
they
listening.
feel probably because they're not necessarily like mentally there with you. Personally, I say this happens
Because
a lot.
reading it from it, it's like it's talking about like you in a large social gathering. If you're talking to a group of friends, you know. So do you
Yeah.
feel the same way if you're talking one?
I am not good with one-on-one interaction because there's no space for me to disconnect. I always feel like I have to be on, you know, because if you're not on, then like there's no other person to like take away from that attention.
As in, you
maybe that's why
don't want
I don't
to
like one-on-one.
disconnect. As in, do you feel like you want to keep the conversation going and you don't like the silence between? It's like if you have just a one-on-one conversation or anything, do you not enjoy the silence between the conversation? You feel like it's very empty. It's like suddenly you feel like someone needs to talk. If not, things will get awkward real soon.
Yes, and I think that's what made up my personality to be so out there, is because I can't really stand that awkward silence, because it makes me think that I'm lacking.
Oh my god, Nisha.
What?
That's exactly what I felt.
Yeah. It makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong, right? Or like, if there's nothing to fill in.
Yeah, I told it to my
emptiness.
friends as well. It's like when I talk to them one-on-one, I feel like I need to keep on talking, and the friend I'm talking to is like, she's the kind of person that she's able to handle the silence. Basically, she can just stop in the conversation. She don't feel any. It's like taking a break in a conversation. But whenever she does that, I'm just like, oh my god, things are getting awkward here.
Those people do not. I cannot understand.
I feel kind of bad here, guys, because I literally cannot relate to you guys. I'm sorry, man.
Are you serious? So if someone stops in a conversation,
it's like you want to
don't
keep
care.
going, You want to keep the conversation going because you feel like if they disconnect, if they stop, you feel like, oh shit, is this the end? Are we gonna leave now?
Yeah. You think you did something wrong, right? Or like
or like it's or you have a feeling you just don't want it to end, kind of.
Yes. Well,
oh my.
Yes. I need a conversation to have a clear beginning, middle, and end. So I don't like it when someone just leaves abruptly or just stops.
It makes you uncomfortable, is it? To when this happens.
Very
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But this I have been experiencing for quite a long time.
But
I
if
think
I'm very close with you, I don't really mind the silence.
True.
Dude, what
But
are you
I
talking
think-
about? You're the one who's ghosting us all the time, Nisha. What are you talking?
Maybe that's a part of me being disconnected. Huh? Yeah.
Yikes.
Oh, breakthrough.
It's all coming. The pieces are all coming together.
It's
now,
all
Nisha.
coming together.
For all our listeners, I am the worst at responding back to people, whether it be text or calling.
It's very
I will
bad.
take literally 2 days minimum, 2 weeks maximum. So you can expect a text
Disappointing.
in 3 to 5 business
Truly
days.
disappointing.
I messaged in our podcast group chat, right? And it took you freaking at least 3 or 4 days to get back to me. I was like, oh my god, what is happening, man?
I need you guys to know that I see you and I appreciate you.
Alright,
but I
alright.
don't have the
You
emotional
just don't have the time and energy
capacity.
to reply. I get it.
I'm just so lazy.
No, it's fine. Just
I think I understand that. Sometimes I see the messages. I was like, you're asking me, but I was like, I'm a bit lazy to reply now. I'll do it
And then
later.
you're like, oh, I'll reply later, but later never comes, and yeah. Alright.
Yeah, what's the next
Moving
weakness
on.
though? Moving on.
Dissatisfied. Logicians can't help but imagine how things could be better than they already are.
Oh,
I think
this is so
dissatisfied
true.
will relate to your curious part. Would you say? Because you're always constantly curious about something. Could that mean that because you're dissatisfied with things easier, you get through them really quickly? It's like, I'm interested in this, and really quickly you got dissatisfied with it. I'm bored with it now. I want something else now.
But it says how things could be better than they already are now. So wouldn't that mean that I see where I am or my place in the world now, but I just think it could be better, or so I'm always pushing for that
Yeah,
to
I
level
guess
up.
so. Then, but if you put it that way, that sounds like a strength, because you always want to push yourself to be better.
This is like going to a job interview and saying, oh yeah, my weakness is that I work too hard. That's yes.
No, that's a freaking strength right there.
No,
right?
just say it, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It says
I guess
if
the
taken-
downside would be too much is it will be overwhelming, apparently.
Alright, and impatient.
Are you?
Are you? I don't see that from you. I feel like you're one of the most patient people on earth. How am I gonna prove that? I never seen you angry, legit
Same.
angry before.
I've never seen you being impatient.
Yeah.
Okay, when it comes to anger, I really don't like expressing that to people outside of my family.
Right.
I don't know. It's just a level of respect for the other person, right? Can you chill though? I'm not gonna curse, but it's just a level of etiquette and respect. I'm not gonna get angry at you as long as you don't get angry at me, you know?
Yeah.
So that would mean that you never really got me angry to the point that I would blow up in your face.
Should I feel honored about that, or?
Or should we
Should
do a
we,
test run one day?
Do a test right now. Just
Do a test run.
quick experiment.
Doing a social experiment to trigger you as much as you can until you get as angry.
I mean, fun fact, I was such an angry kid. Like, you would not believe, I was such a little, like, ball of anger, right? But one day, one of our family friends came to our house for dinner or something, and, I don't know, I just, like, casually mentioned how angry I was, and the dude who was probably, like, 30 at the time, told the 7-year-old me, "Why are you so angry?" And that question of asking why kind of, like, I don't know, to me it blew my mind. I was like, yeah, why am I angry?
Like, why are we still here just to suffer, you know?
At like 7 years old. So I think from there I kind of like learned how to rein in some of my like emotions a bit, or like take some control, you know?
So would you say that you're not I would say that this weakness does not apply to you though. What do you think, Casey? Does this fully describe Nisha? Because to me, I'm leaning more towards a yes rather than a maybe from earlier.
Okay, so I agree. It talks about Nisha, but at the same time, the thought of that all these traits that they are showing are, how do I put this?
Very, very big and very vague, is it?
Yeah, kinda. They cover a lot of areas, so a lot of people can just relate to it.
So it's like no one but yourself knows who you are, the real you, right?
Oh my god, this makes me sound like an enigma, but like...
You are an enigma, dude, in a way, like, you know? It's like, I feel kind of bad, right? Because like, it's kind of sad, because like, when we're like trying to like guess like how true your strengths and weaknesses are to you, right? It's like, we kind of had like a hard time, both me and Casey, because like, I guess we just don't really know that much about you, like the real you. We just know that outside persona that you've created for yourself. We know the persona more than we know you, you know?
I guess.
And I feel that's kind of, I don't know, Nisha, I feel like you should just be more open and honest about yourself in the future, maybe. I think that could help, you know?
I think I'm slowly like realizing I don't really need to put up that front.
And you know what, and that's good, you know, because you're like, at least you realize it, right? You know, at least you're taking that step of acknowledging you have this, not problem, but just this attitude towards it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I relate to this personality much more than the campaigner.
The campaigner one?
Yes. And are you curious about like the the famous people that I'm...
Oh yeah, sure, of course, yeah, go ahead.
Same line.
Sure.
Okay. First one, Bill Gates.
Wow.
Let's get it out there. Yeah, okay. Second one, Kristen Stewart from Twilight. I don't know why, but okay. Albert Einstein.
This is kind of questionable, but I'll take it. I'll take.
Albert Einstein. Isaac Newton.
Wow, this is like all geniuses here.
These are like a bunch of like heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Just to tell you what level I'm in. Just saying. Oh, Game of Thrones character. I'm Lord Varys.
Oh my god, you're like you're a schemer, okay? You're a freaking schemer.
Yes, I'm the spider, y'all. Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner from Avengers. I'm the freaking Hulk.
So that means you're always angry, aren't you?
Alright.
Moving on to our final.
My
This has
turn,
been
huh?
fun. Time for Casey.
What do you
now.
think? What do you think my trait? I mean, I think I give a lot of
How-
hints.
Honestly, you relate a lot. Well, I mean, like he relates a lot to my personality. So should it be in the same lane, like the analysts?
Well, to me, Casey is actually leaning more towards a diplomat, in my opinion, Nisha. Because, based on some personal experiences, I've been talking a lot to Casey on the background. You know,
Yeah.
I know. I feel like he is kind of for me at least, he has been kind of like the person who kind of woke me up a bit sometimes. You know, like he's been like my personal counselor for like, I don't know, for the past almost a year and a half now, I guess, on like certain.
I wouldn't
Oh,
put
dang.
myself as a
Casey, how much are you
counselor, but I'm
charging
just.
him? How much are you
And
charging?
see, that's the thing. I should
Like,
charge.
not really like a personal counselor, just like someone who can like wake me up a bit sometimes when I'm like feeling too down. You know, like he's
Yeah.
always the type of guy who knows what to say, whether or not it's realistic advice or not realistic advice. It doesn't matter. He he knows what to say, and like he really takes the time out to like help you. You know, So it's like,
see,
yeah,
yeah.
I do see Casey as being more of like a diplomat.
And I think I had a very different type of different type of mindset going in, but I still think it's relatively accurate. Maybe I'll do it once more time after this or sometimes in the future. But the results I got was diplomat.
Oh baby, we got it.
What?
And
We got it.
the lettering is INFP-T.
INFP.
Oh, what?
Holy shit. Nisha,
Oh, you're like one letter off from me. I'm an INTP, but you're an INFP.
Yeah,
And
but I have a dash
essentially
T.
It means, well, the difference is feeling and thinking. So you're more of a
Oh.
feeler and I'm more of a thinker.
Guess so, maybe. So for those who know, it's a diplomat, and the real thing is a mediator. So it's a mediator is someone who possesses the introverted, intuitive, oh my, feeling and prospecting personality traits.
so far so good. We're quite true.
These are rare personalities. Type tends to be quiet, open-minded, and imaginative, and they apply a caring and creative approach to everything they
Wow,
do.
I need-
Right,
I
Casey?
want to
Nisha,
write
you're starting to
that.
agree, right? Right?
Kind of. You gotta convince me, man.
Let's jump straight into the strength and weaknesses. First thing, empathetic.
Oh, very.
Yes, judging by how people would actually go to you for advice.
Based
I
on my
would-
personal experience, yes, you have been very empathetic, Casey, and I appreciate
Cool.
that. All right. Yeah.
Cool. 2, generous.
Oh, we're speed running through this. Okay. Generous. I mean, I haven't gotten anything from you.
You know what I'm gonna say about that? I don't agree with
You
that
haven't gotten
actually.
anything from me.
Generous, huh?
Actually, I don't agree on that.
You don't agree on that. I kind of agree on that though.
I
because
don't agree.
I know. I agree on that. Like you take the time to help me out sometimes. You know, like a lot.
Okay, that
Like
Maybe.
when I ask you for like help or advice on something, you like take the time out and like really do it. I feel like that is generous though, right? Because if you're not generous, like, you would just like, okay,
Oh. Yeah, I was thinking of more like monetary side, and I was like, no way, I am not generous. I ain't buying you that latte, man. You are buying me that latte.
Do you see this, Jubin? Okay, that's
Uh.
1 for 2.
like if I tell you to belanja me something, you won't belanja me, is it?
No.
Oh shit.
I would, unless it's a really special occasion or I actually have the money, then I'll do it.
No, we all went for dinner one time, and Casey paid for everyone, right? And 2 months later, he hits me with the bill, like, hey, so
Oh my
Wait,
God.
did I?
Okay.
Wait,
No,
did
no,
I? Wait,
see
Nisha,
it
this is
now.
slander here. Wait, I pretty sure I don't do this kind of things.
you did, and I
No
I
way.
literally forgot about it, and then you just hit me up one day. I was like, hey, by the way, have you paid?
No, no way, no way, I did that. Wait,
Bro.
I need proof for that, Nisha.
Where are the
Let me just
receipts?
go through my history for a bit.
Oh man.
We're gonna have a long discussion after the podcast after this recording session. It seems.
Alright, Casey, next.
Yeah, next.
Okay. Open-minded.
It's like again, based on my personal experience, like talking to you, you tend to like see things from you tend to see things from, you want to see things from every angle, you know, like before you make
Yeah.
like a conclusion or final judgment on something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I guess that counts for being very open-minded, you know.
Oh man. I think I realized what's wrong with this.
I mean, I could tell you that I murdered someone, and would you judge me?
That's what I said. I think I think I realized what's wrong with my test here.
What
It
do you
is the level. It is not. You know how, Nisha, you said there's personalities that we can see and personalities that we can't see.
Yeah.
For mine, I feel like these are all the personalities that I think people can see they can see
But you
from
can't
me.
see in
I feel like
yourself.
I feel like I have two sets of personalities
Yeah.
here. Because like, for example, the generous one, right? Joan can agree that, you know, I will, you know, give out my time to talk to them, to listen to everyone's troubles and stuff. But at the same time, inside, I might be, don't want to do this. I want to just rest sometimes.
Yeah.
Or like, splitting the bill, maybe? That's a bit generic. But for the open-minded part, tolerant and accepting. That I
You don't
agree.
consider yourself-
Like, that I believe I am a very open-minded person.
Okay.
I can accept a lot of different things. Like, things you can tell me, but the not to judge anyone part. I will not judge you openly,
You'll just
but
be
inside,
but on the inside.
but on the inside, it's a completely different story. That's me, I think.
Interesting.
That's why I feel like all of this is just. It kind of feels like a front I'm putting up to people.
Maybe you should take this test again and see what pops up.
Or maybe it's the mentality that I took it. It's like instead of what I feel, or perhaps I took it like what I feel people think I would do. Weird.
Wait a minute, are you taking this test with the mindset of what you think others see you as?
Or is how
I don't know.
Or is it how you
maybe
see
I
yourself
sh-
as?
Yeah.
I think it's how I see myself, but it's because I did that. Because it's like I said, how I see myself, right? The I might be looking at the outside instead of looking within. I'm just like everyone else around me. I'm looking at the surface level me, I think.
So instead of looking at it from a first person point of view, you're looking at it from a third person point of view. Is that it?
Kinda. Even though it's like I'm still looking at myself, kind of thing. That's weird. Really weird. First weakness is actually
Serious?
unrealistic.
Oh,
You and Joan are very similar.
Really?
so it's unrealistic as in like you feel as though like
According to reading it, it's like I view the world with like a rose-colored vision.
Oh, rose-colored glasses?
so do you
Yeah.
so do you view the world as in like everyone
No.
has reached their maximum potential? Is that what you see in the world?
No, not really. But it's more like
he's a hopeless romantic with
Yeah, it's hopeless romantic.
yeah. And it can set you up for disappointment when reality inevitably falls short on their dreams.
I took this when I was in the period. I was really unsure about myself. I guess it reflects
Yeah,
here.
you might want to retake this test again and see what you get.
Desperate to please.
What does
Conflict
that mean?
tends to be
Find
stressful for mediators, who yearn for harmony and acceptance. When someone dislike or disapprove of them, this person becomes fixated on trying to clear the air and
Holy
change their
shit! This
person's
is
mind.
so you, man.
Is it?
I need you to elaborate on that.
I honestly just disagree, so I'll just sit here.
Wait, what? You
Oh.
disagree?
You disagree?
Yeah, I don't really see you hamming up to other people just so they would be happy. I think you're like you're.
So this was in archery.
Oh, serious? Oh,
Remember the
yeah, I
archery?
did that. I don't see
Same
that
thing.
type of
It's not they dislike or disapprove of me. It's like I try to really get close to them. Really try really hard. Try to yearn for harmony and acceptance. Or like in a group project where everyone is heated, try to get everyone together. Like, come on, guys, let's do this. Or be specific. Our friend group.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think this is the thing. I try to keep everyone together. That's why I said like I don't know. I feel like I'm always in the center of our friend group. As in, imagine the friend group is like a giant web, and I'm in the center holding everyone together. I'm trying to let everyone.
Really? Do you see yourself that way?
He does. He does.
Kinda,
He does.
A little.
Huh.
You could call that a bit narcissistic, but I feel like it
Yeah, I
holds
would say
true
that.
though. I feel like it kind of holds true.
I pronounced that, but I'm always working on how I say things and I might
the hell
not
is
have
that?
it right. By the way,
Alexa, shut
I
up.
can learn your voice to improve your
Alexa,
Alexa.
shut up. Alexa, shut up.
Whoopsie.
No.
Wow, Alexa.
We got a short cameo from Alexa.
Bye, Alexa. Final one. Self-critical. They believe
Hell
that
yes.
in their unique potential and just want to live up to it.
Casey, we're helping for a reason.
You are a
Yikes.
you're a mediator for a reason, Casey. This is the reason right here.
I
Yeah.
seriously think it's because you put so much of pressure on yourself that you tend to feel very down about your life.
Yeah, I feel like you tend to compare yourself a lot to other people and
Yeah.
have a fear of not meeting expectations sometimes. You know?
I guess
Yeah.
things are changing now. I have some change of minds. But like I said, I took this test when I was in a period my mind isn't exactly in the right place. So, which might be
Yeah.
the reason for all these results.
You know
That's
what?
why I relate to them.
You relate,
In a
but it's
different
different
kind of-
now, right? Like how you feel about it.
I hope I am different. I'm not sure, but
So would you say that, Nisha? Would you say that everything? Do you think that everything that Casey has talked about so far is Casey,
My own
or is
personal
this like
opinion of you goes towards the analyst side, but then now thinking about it, I guess, but I'm still
I guess-
very unsure.
I guess the cutaway that the takeaway, the cutaway. Oh my god! Sorry, I saw a cake. I saw an image
You
of a
saw
cake,
cake?
so I started thinking of cutting the cake, a cutaway.
Oh.
So the takeaway for this, I feel like you can't really boil people's personality down to just 4 or 5 letters.
Yeah,
I guess
It's
so.
really complex,
that's
you know.
true.
Like for Nisha, you feel like you have 2 sets of personality, and then for me, I feel like I have the same way as well.
Yeah.
So I guess
But
the
you know what's
personality test is more of something. It's like maybe you do the test just to centralize all the feelings you're feeling. To, you
so
know,
take into account
to
both
boil-
and then just like filter
Yeah.
out all the traits.
or to
Well-
basically, if you're not sure what your personality is, these will kind of give you the vague idea of who you are, and then from there you can continue to work on yourself and then dive down deeper to think
Well,
about
I
yourself
also just,
more.
I mean, I also want to pinpoint that you said you took this test at like a kind of a weird phase in your life, right?
Yeah.
And then like looking back at it, you wouldn't necessarily relate to that. So
No, I still relate, but it's just a different way of relating. It's more like
so less emphasis on certain things and more on other things.
kind of. It's more like, you know how I said, like how I look at myself. Maybe I was looking at myself from a third person perspective, not first person.
Yeah.
so maybe it's like a different perspective on the same views that you have essentially.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's how I think you should. I honestly should. I recommend you taking the test again because
Honestly,
when
dude,
I took
you
the
should
test
be
for the
taking
first time. No, when I took the test for the first time and when I got the campaigner, it was also during like a really dark period. You know, like during we talked about this like during college, right? So I felt like everything that I was answering based on like what I was giving people. You know, like that really extroverted, like loud, obnoxious person. And I think it might have like swayed my decision making and like but yeah, I think that's what happened. So looking back at it now, I'm much more comfortable with the INTP personality, and I'm like going back to Casey. I feel like if you take the test again, you might.
I think I might get a different result.
I seriously think that. Yeah, I think it's just based on where we were in our life that swayed our decisions. Yeah.
Humans are complex.
Ooh, if anything, we're like just a amalgamation of all of these personalities. I'm just kidding.
In reality, we are all personalities. Therefore, we don't have any personalities at all. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
What is this?
We're all
Personality
just robots.
section? So apparently I'm
Yeah.
J.R.R.
Oh
Tolkien,
my God!
William
Lord of the Rings?
Shakespeare.
Oh,
Will
there
I
are
am
others in here.
Shakespeare? I see.
Will I am?
Will I am Shakespeare?
This ain't the Black Eyed Peas, man.
Hey man, Shakespeare's
Alicia
a rapper
Keys.
this time, okay?
Tom Hiddleston. Oh, I'm Loki. Tom
You're
Hiddleston.
Loki. I see that.
No, not Loki, but Tom Hiddleston, the actor, not Loki.
Same thing. Same difference.
I kind of see that.
Johnny Depp.
Holy shit,
Johnny Depp.
kind of.
And apparently I'm Frodo from Lord of the Rings.
Frodo Baggins. I see.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who else?
There's a lot of Lord of the Rings characters in here.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of trigger
He's
because I've actually
literally
never
the same
seen Lord of
personality
the
type as
Rings.
the freaking author of the book, dude.
Yeah. I've actually never seen Lord of the Rings, so.
Oh my god, dude!
Oh, same.
Are you serious? Wait, are you guys serious?
But I've seen the Hobbit movies though.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Oh, you guys are
Hobbit.
missing out, man. Okay. After this, all of us are gonna have like a Lord of the Rings marathon. That's
Lord
what
of
we
the
need to
Rings
do right
marathon.
now. Okay? I swear.
That's how I love that. That's what we concluded or ended this on. We need to watch
We
Lord of the
need to
Rings.
binge marathon the entire Lord of the Rings series together.
Yeah.
That's what
Nice.
we need to do.
All right. I guess that's
Wow,
the plan
it's
now.
a very long session of
I don't care,
podcast
man.
here.
It's like freaking 11 to 13 hours of the movie. But you know what? That's fine.
Isn't
okay?
the
That's
director's
freaking
cut?
fine.
Is it? Oh my.
We're watching the director's cut of it, okay? The extended cut.
Oh
Right.
my
That's what
god.
we're doing.
I
Yes.
I mean, as Joven's personality would say, whatever it takes.
Whatever it
to get it
takes.
done, it will be done. Okay.
Nice. I feel like I've learned a lot about you guys, and this has been a very invasive test on my
It's
personality.
been a fun one. Yeah, it's been a fun
Oh,
session so
good.
far, you know?
I am tired.
And with that, that's the
With
end
that-
of this week's episode. I hope all of you
I
guys
also recommend everyone to go take this test. You might learn a thing or two about yourself that you wouldn't necessarily know.
Yeah,
It's really cool. It's just
It's
really
an
cool,
interesting read through, I'll say, you know? It's interesting.
And it's much more reliable than your astrological sign.
Nisha, you're gonna get yourself lynched by a mob, okay? You're gonna get yourself lynched.
Alright, guys.
Well, on that note,
On that note,
thanks for listening.
thanks for watching and thanks for listening, everyone.
Or watching or
And
listening.
make sure to check out all of our previous episodes from this episode. Like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next
Episode
episode
of
of
The
the
Third
Third
Night.
Podcast.
Alright, guys.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Is it good night?
Yeah, that's good.